Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is what the fuck? Today I'm going to be reading Drop the Act, chapter 3. Literally so excited for this. I actually might do 4 as well. I don't know. Maybe. I'll do 4 as well just because I'm so nice. So 3 and 4. And then yeah. So okay. I'm gonna shut up and read. So this is chapters 3 and 4 of Drop the Act. Enjoy. Chapter 3, By Panic, continued. 126, Pennsylvania's version. Firehose, 0008. Hello, my favorite firehouse in Texas. Firefox, 0010. What did you do that calls for you asking for a transfer to Texas? Firehose, 0010. Oh my god. 0010. I actually didn't do anything, and I'm not transferring. Cowboy, 0011. I honestly got scared. Cowboy, 0011. I thought that dumbasser was going to be joining us. Firehose, 0011. You steal a fire truck 4 times. Marvin, 0011. 4 times? Day 1, 0011. He got fired after the second time. Day 1, 0012. Our fire truck was the 4th time. Day 2, 0012. How do you still have a job? Paul, 0012. You are asking the wrong question. Paul, 0012. What happened the 3rd time? Firehose, 0013. I got my job back? Dad 2.0, 0013. I don't understand how stealing a fire truck got you your job back. Downcast face. Firehose, 0013. Because I saved a child from a hostage situation using the hose while the rest of my team was on a call. Smiley face. Firefox, 0013. I'm going to call your boyfriend and tell him to pick you up. Firehose, 0013. Joke's on you because I'm at his house. Smirking face emoji. Healer, 0014. You guys finally got your shit together and went out? Austin, we have a problem. 0014. You and Diaz finally talked about your feelings? Firehose, 0015. I actually hate human interaction. Firehose, 0015. No, we aren't dating. Tori Vega, 0015. And I thought I won the bet. Downcast face. Firehose, 0016. I'm sorry, the what? Firefox, 0016. You know it's bad when people who have met you once are betting on your love life. Firehose, 0016. This time, I'm going to succeed, and everyone is going to be sad. Day 1, 0016. I'm going to report you to HR so you can get a psych evaluation. Firehose, 0016. We're not even at the same firehouse, bestie. Dad 2.0, 0017. Captain Nash and I became friends after the wildfires. Marvin, 0017. Oh, Cap joining in? Firehose, 0017. Why did I text you guys again? Cowboy, 0017. You never said smarty pants. Day 2, 0017. Yeah, you said hello to your favorite firehouse in Texas. Firehose, 0018. Oops. Firehose, 0018. I'm texting you guys because my baby girl made me mad and I need someone to distract me so I don't do anything stupid. Austin, we have a problem. 0018. What did Diaz do to make you mad? Tori Vega, 0018. Why do you think you'll do something stupid? Firehose 0018. 1. Eddie is not my baby girl yet. 2. I am drunk. Firefox 0019. I don't know if I want to know the answer, but who's your baby girl if it's not Diaz? Firehose 0019. Robbie Panic Car. Day 1 0019. You're cheating on me? Day 2 0019. No, he's cheating on me. Marvin 0020. Are y'all on a threesome or something? Firehose 0020. A friendship threesome where 2 people are dating and 1 person's just there. Firehose 0020. Also, Robbie Ponakar and I are not in a relationship. He is just like my second best friend. Day 1 0020. So to conclude, you aren't cheating on us. Day 2 0020. We love you and we're glad that you weren't cheating on us. Kissy face emoji. Cowboy 0021. Who the fuck is Ravi? We've met Mrs. Henrietta, Diaz, you, Chimney, and Captain Nash. Firehose 0021. Oh yeah. Firefox 0021. I'm surprised this is your first typo. Firehose 0021. Anyways, Ravi is the new provi. Dad 2.0 0022. ... Asterisk. Rude. Anyways, Ravi's the new probie. Asterisk. Firehose 0022. I'm going to New Sharp. Bye. Texas meets California. Firefox 0024. At Diaz. Your boyfriend's drunk. Hen 0026. Boyfriend? Proby 0026. This is about Buck, isn't it? Downcast face. Firehose 0027. Sis is bullying. Best Mama 0027. I hate that I understood that. Brother 0027. Can we put him down now? Diaz 0029. Why are you people blowing up my phone? I was demanded to sleep. Cowboy 0030. By your boyfriend? Diaz 0033. My what? Firefox 0033. Scroll up, Diaz. Diaz 0043. Evan Buckley, where the fuck did you go? Day 1 0044. I'm honestly concerned now. Proby 0044. Eddie never calls him Evan. Scared face. Firehose 0047. Zying. Day 2 0048. Why are you dying? DS 0050. I found him. Best Mama 0050. Who, what, when, where, why, how? DS 0052. Buck, beer, few minutes ago, the side of my house. He decided he needed to walk. I was about to leave the house and drive around the block to find him when he walked around the house. Dad 2.0 0052. Y'all are okay? DS 0053. He'll live, and I'll make sure he sleeps. Proby 0053. As you should. Painting nails emoji. DS 0055. The fuck? Day 1 0055. I like Ravi. Day 2 0055. Me too. Proby 0056. Ravi is scared. Let's rewind a bit. After Buck was done texting Ravi, he'd realized Eddie has beer. So he decided to drink some and buy Eddie another case later. So while he texted the 126 Pennsylvania's version group chat, he finished half of a 6-pack of beer before he started typing in cursive. When Marjan had texted the Texas meets California group chat, Buck had decided he needed a walk. So he went outside and did a lap around the house, while he also texted the group chat. By the time Eddie texted the group chat asking Buck where he was, Buck was already sitting down in the grass on the side of the house. It was only when he heard the door to the house close that he got up and stumbled his way to the front of the house. He had almost fallen, but Eddie caught him. Okay, now you should be all caught up. What the hell, Buck? Eddie asked, more concern in his tone than anger. You scared the shit out of me. Buck held onto Eddie's forearm with an ironclad grip. It's all he could do to make sure he didn't faceplant. Well, Eddie's hands around his waist wouldn't let him fall either, but Buck wasn't really registering that. Sorry, Buck said, vision a little blurry as he looked up at Eddie. I was trying to give you space, Buck said, speech slurred. Why were you trying to give me space? Eddie asked, helping Buck stand up properly as he draped Buck's other arm over his shoulders. Because you need a sweep, he replied, as Eddie started walking them towards the house. Didn't want to disturb you, he said, leaning into Eddie more. Eddie was basically shouldering all of Buck's weight, but Buck was too tired and drunk to care. Well, it seems like you needed me, Buck, Eddie said, opening the door to the house and practically dragging Buck inside. Buck went willingly. If you need me, I'm always here, Buck, Eddie said, as he locked the door and toed off his shoes. I know, he said, leaning against the wall so he didn't fall. I was just spiraling. Nothing unusual. I hate the fact that you're not wrong, Eddie said, shaking his head as he grabbed Buck's arm to drape it over his shoulders again. Buck's other hand was still gripping his forearm tightly. Eddie didn't mind. Come on, Eddie said, as they walked down the hallway and into the bathroom. Eddie sat Buck on the side of the bathtub. I want you to stay here and don't fall in, Eddie said, gently removing Buck's hand from his forearm. Buck whined. I'll be right back, you big baby, Eddie said, only fondness in his tone. Then he walked out of the bathroom. Buck thought that Eddie would just go back to sleep and leave Buck in the bathroom alone, waiting for the whole night because that's what everyone would do. But Eddie isn't everyone. Buck knew that. He knew that Eddie was different from all the people who he'd met before, and for that, he was glad. Eddie came back a few moments later with a change of clothes for Buck. Here, he said, setting the stack of clothes next to Buck, who immediately reached out to grab his forearm. Eddie let him. They stayed like that for a moment before Eddie cleared his throat. You need to get changed, Eddie said, removing Buck's hand again. Buck groaned, reaching for Eddie again. Don't wanna, he said, crossing his arms over his chest when he realized Eddie wasn't going to let him grab his arm. Well, mister, Eddie said, tilting his head as he spoke. You're not going to be allowed in the bed until you change your clothes, so pick your poison. Then, Eddie walked out of the bathroom and closed the door. Buck sat there for a minute. Not allowed in the bed until he changes. Buck doesn't normally sleep in the bed. Is Eddie offering for him to? Without Eddie, though, the bed would feel too big. But what if Eddie meant that they'd share the bed? That thought got Buck moving. He got changed as fast as he could, throwing his dirty clothes haphazardly into the hamper. As he made his way out of the bathroom, he almost slipped on the bath mat, but he caught himself on the doorframe. It took him another minute before he made it to Eddie's room. The man was sitting on his bed, staring at the door. Buck stumbled in and was on his feet, and he was on his feet and at Buck's side in a second. Bed, now, Eddie demanded in a low whisper as he led Buck to his bed. Even though he was drunk, Buck remembered that Eddie sleeps on the side of the bed closest to the door, so when they got to the bed, Buck took the other side. Buck caught the small smile on Eddie's lips as he laid down. On your side, Eddie chided, lightly, as Buck tried to lay on his back. He whined as he complied. Eddie grabbed the trash can from the other side of the room and set it next to where Buck was laying. If you're going to be sick in this trash can, please, Eddie pleaded, looking at Buck from under his eyelashes. Buck hummed in response as Eddie rounded the bed and laid down on the other side. Buck reached behind him, searching for some sort of contact. Then he felt Eddie's fingers interlocking his. He smiled to himself as he pulled on their hands, so they were resting on his stomach. Eddie didn't say anything as Buck drifted off into dreamland. Texas meets California. Diaz, 116. He's asleep and safe. Proby, 117. $20 says they're sharing a bed right now. Chim, 117. $50 that one of them is on the couch. Hen, 117. $45 that Buck's lying on the bathroom floor and refusing to get up. Sister, basically. 118. $80 says that they're holding hands. TK, 118. $20 says Eddie's spooning Buck. Carlos, 118. At Diaz. Care to answer? Diaz, 119. No comment. Judd, 119. Someone was right. Okay, so I kind of lied to you guys. I'm not going to read chapter 4 because chapter 4 is kind of long. In comparison to the one I just read, it's long. So you'll see, like, by the title of the video what I was reading, but I'm sorry for misleading you at the beginning of this video. I had no idea what I was going to do. I'm also really tired, and it's 10:26 p.m., and I have school tomorrow, and I really just want to sleep. So, my eyes hurt. I want to sleep. So, yeah. I might do 2 chapters tomorrow, though. Because, yeah. Because the what is it, the last chapter, I think, isn't that long. Yeah, it's not that long. So I could probably combine the two, make it like a 45-minute video or something. But yeah. So yeah. I think that's it. So have a great day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.